Hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself make regret even letting him stay in the game. See my route took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. Honey yard dash. Honey yard dash. Honey yard dash. Honey yard dash. Honey yard dash.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. And this was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
First and 10 at their own 38-yard
line. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Hey, 4 down.
Now here's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Quarter.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd and a couple, Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved.
Here we go.
They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Going up top. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll be marked down all the way inside the KC 10. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Check the out.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. 5 yards on the touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Hey, 57. He's coming 61. Matchbox, right.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 38, Mahomes. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check pass. Check Snickers. Got to spin.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. On the crossing route, complete. That's McDonald. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Roethlisberger. That's caught the former USC Trojan, Xavier Grimble. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there. Roethlisberger now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Check 56. Get that quarterback here. Get that quarterback here. Easy. Get that quarterback. Check 50. Check 50. Play 56.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the toss, here's Williams. Ooh, the juke. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 60 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. The extra point up and good. And that will get them 1 closer. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light there. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game.
Black 80. Check, 59. Blue day.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Off the edge, the sack by Reggie Ragland.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they'd left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Butker on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Right back to Connor here on 1st. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make them in there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Here's Roethlisberger. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Watch the ship. 50. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. To the right side, it's Kelsey. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And 3 yards there takes them to the 45.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He'll buy some time right. Going deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins. 42 yards. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Mahomes. That is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be taken short. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask certainly helps things as they'll start up past the 30 on first down. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Roethlisberger. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald, 26 yards. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. We're getting closer here now to halftime, and we may need that halftime break just because there hasn't been much of a break in this first half. A lot of points being put up.
Not much room to breathe, is there? Because these guys are going up and down the field. And let's face it, if you're the offensive coordinator for either squad, pretty happy with what you're seeing. If you're the defensive coordinator,
you're not so happy.
You're frantically searching for something that'll work. You're on the headset talking to your assistant. You're checking your play sheet. You're going through your memory banks of all the tape you've watched. You've got to come up with something, anything.